Hi, my name is Joe King Papa. I'm the founder and CEO of YoYoCredit.com and AICreditFunding.com. Two new projects in my wheelhouse here that I'm super passionate about, and I wanted to record a quick introduction video explaining why I'm passionate about it and why I created these two particular businesses. YoYoCredit.com is a credit repair agency, and credit repair is something that I'm actually pretty passionate about. It's a weird thing to be passionate about, but it changed my life. And these two businesses kind of work well together. YoYo Credit feeds into AI credit funding. There are a lot of people out there that are struggling with credit and credit repair, and it is their roadblock that's getting in the way of them getting funding and business funding, loans, starting a business, mortgages, that sort of thing. A lot of people have bad credit, and it's not necessarily their fault. So a credit repair agency, particularly YoYo Credit, is there to take advantage of the loopholes in the system that traditional credit takes advantage of. A lot of predatory lenders out there, a lot of predatory cards, loans, that sort of thing that take advantage of the consumer. And there are safeguards and consumer protections that are built into credit products that are designed to help the consumer. And so once you have good credit, then you roll into the other half of the program, so to speak. My particular backstory, the reason I'm so passionate about this is I started my financial empire, my financial journey really, really young, relatively young. Was coached by my family from growing up to hit the ground running and, had a lot of advantages and took advantage of those. But back in and around 2008, when the housing market crashed, I was in my early 20s and I had a couple houses, and they were all of a sudden worth about 10% of what I owed them. So I ended up walking away from two houses, and downward spiral in my life that took a lot of years to climb out of. Everybody's on their own journey. Everybody has their own reasons for the things they do. And, you can look back and say you're making excuses. I certainly made my fair share of excuses as well. But bottom line was I let everything, all my credit tank. It took a long time to climb out of that. And that's where credit repair came in. It takes a long time to get rid of a bankruptcy or a foreclosure or, a default on a loan, that sort of thing. It really does take a considerable amount of time to do it the right way. And credit repair really speeds that up, speeds up the process. Once you have good credit, you kind of have a foundation on which you can build other things. You can borrow money to get a house, mortgages, cars, or finance businesses. And financing a business is, it's the only way to secure your financial freedom and your future. So that's where the AI credit funding portion of this system came into play. So my credit was trashed, and it took a really, really long time to kind of get things straightened out. But all of a sudden it dawned on me, I hope this video kind of comes to you as that light bulb moment like what I had. It came to me that I'm really going to need to get my act together. I really need to get my credit repaired. And in order to move forward, in order to put the past behind me and set my sights to what's coming up. So I did that, and I went through a credit repair program, and it boosted my score up to what's considered good credit. I had a 700 plus credit score, and that's where it stopped for me for a little while. I had a great job. I had no plans to do anything else. I kind of took risks earlier, and I was going to play it safe for a little while. And then COVID hit, and I lost my family. Both of my parents passed away. And the reason the credit repair changed my life is they had a reverse mortgage. They were in their 70s. When I needed to take over the house from them, I needed to be able to refinance that loan into my name. I needed to be able to have the income and the credit worthiness to take on that loan. The alternative was to sell the house and walk away from it. Unfortunately, that was the only thing they had for me and the only thing they left me. I'm grateful for that, because now I still have the house, and it helps me hang on to a piece of their memory. But even still, going through probate and going through all of the inheritance stuff, it's a nightmare. And without having the good credit, and thankfully I had a job at the time as well, all my ducks were kind of sort of in a row there. I was able to take over the house, and I still have it to this day. It would be a completely different world for me if I didn't repair my credit when I needed to. And it's never too early to start. So that being said, the other half of the program, I created both of these websites at the same time. And YoYo Credit, our motto is when your credit is down, we pull it up. Like a yo-yo. So once you get your credit pulled back up, once you're on the right course, the next thing, what I recommend, you look towards building some sort of asset that you can, multiple streams of income, something else that you can own and take advantage of. So I really hit the ground running with that. As soon as my credit was repaired, I started a bunch of different business ventures, and I needed funding for that. So I took that good credit history that I had, and I was able to qualify for a number of business loans. And at 0% interest, that's what we specialize in. Now we can get you loans for all credit. So you don't necessarily have to start with the Yo-Yo credit program and then transition into the AI credit funding, but the 0% interests, those are only for good credit and about 700 scores and higher. And how that program works is, AI, it's all the rage right now. Everybody's using AI. And what I've done is I've created a bot that is trained on all of the bank lending requirements. So I have a team of people that take my calls. You can book a call on AIcreditfunding.com right now to talk to one of our loan advisors. And what the program does is they'll gather your information. They do run a preliminary credit report on you and to find out generally what you qualify for. And they run it through the program that generates a list of not only the best loans for you, but the best loans that are available at the time. And it kind of ranks them in a sort of high, medium, and low probability that you're going to be able to get them, as well as the loans that are best for your personal situation. So there are a lot of different aspects that go into looking into this. The great thing about this particular program is that it uses real world information. We have a team of people that call banks daily and talk to bank funding advisors, and then they feed information into the algorithm. So it's updated in real time. So it uses both an online and an offline algorithm to gather information and get the best loan for you. There are a lot of different ways you can take advantage of AI credit funding. I've had people use it to buy cars. People have used it to buy houses, their primary residence, investment properties, that sort of thing. You name it. Home improvement, renovating kitchens, installing solar. I personally use it to install a solar system on my house, and it's fantastic to take advantage of credit at 0%. The caveat to that is that there is a limited time for those 0% loans. So you have to have a plan. You don't want to take out a loan that you're not able to pay back and then hope the 0% runs out on you without something to fall back on. So these two programs work together, and I just wanted to give you a quick introduction to both programs. The videos that I'm going to be creating will have a more in-depth dive into both pieces of the program, and they'll explain, where to start, what steps to take, and answer a lot of questions about credit, because again, you sign an 80-page document every time you take out a credit card, and nobody reads the terms and services. They're crazy. In those 80 pages, everything in those terms and services are there to benefit the credit card issuer. There are things in there that are for consumer protection, and that's where we specialize. That's where we're able to take advantage of, like I mentioned, some loopholes in the system that are there for your protection. And that's how we're able to clean up your credit report. So whether you're at step 1, you need to repair your credit, or you're at step 2 where your credit is good and you're looking to finance your future, take a look at my other videos if you have any follow-up questions, or reach out to me at the email address below on the website. I look forward to working with you. Have a great day.